Hello, everyone. So you should have just finished reading the Cask of Amontillado. So this is the live session recording for Wednesday, October the 10th. Let me just double check that date really quick, but I'm pretty sure that's what I was saying. Yes, October the 10th. So now that you've read Cask of Amontillado, you should be able to finish this companion worksheet. So there's three parts to this. So basically, I'll go over a little bit with you, and I'm not going to do everything, obviously, because I want you to be able to work on some of this on your own. But I will give you some ideas and things to work through. But part one has to do with diction and mood. So Poe is deliberate in his word choice, choosing words with particular connotations. So we have a connotation and a denotation quiz that you have already looked at or you will be looking at. But basically, what that means is that you are going to be looking at kind of how you say a word or and then how what it means basically. So so he chooses words with particular connotations. So for the following pieces of text, look at the highlighted word, come up with a synonym that has a different connotation, and then discuss how it would change the mood of the story. And then there's an example provided. So for example, in this, he accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking. So, accosted can mean a couple of different things. So, if you're accosted, you may think kidnapped. In this sense, it might mean they're using it as instead of accosted, Poe could have used greeted, which changed the interaction from one that has negative connotation and seems invasive to one that's more positive and seems friendly. So the original word choice adds to the adversarial and antagonist atmosphere Poe is creating between our narrator and his victim. So between Montresor and Fortunato. So if Poe chose greeted instead, it wouldn't show the narrator's loathing. So basically, what they're doing here is they're giving you the different word that you need to select and then how it would maybe change the story. So there's two parts to that. So you want to make sure that you're adding both parts. So ringing. So I thought I should never have done wringing his hand. So remember, wringing in that sense, when we're looking, it's when they first see each other and they're shaking hands. So he's talking about ringing. So, and then in the next one, they have absconded to make merry in honor of time. So look at those. Think of words that you would use instead and maybe how it would change the connotation of the story. The second part is narration. So Poe chose to write the story in first person from point of view of the perpetrator, so of Montresor, right? So answer the following questions about the narrator. This story is written in first person narration through the eyes of the perpetrator. How would the story have changed if it were told through the eyes of the victim, if it were told through Fortunato's eyes? If it were told in third person, why do you think Poe made his choice? So, interesting. So, think about some of those things, why possibly he chose to use Montresor as the narrator. So in the second part of that, is our narrator reliable? Why or why not? Give a specific piece of textual evidence to support your answer with page numbers, right? So remember, when anytime you're doing textual evidence, you want to make sure you cite it. So give that author and the page number. So make sure you're doing that. But think about if he was reliable. You know, there's always two sides to every story. So and if you think about when someone did something to upset you, you may have read into something wrong, you may have been being overly sensitive. There's all kinds of things that could have taken place. So talk about those things and figure out if any of that would fit into here. So then in part 3, the theme, compose a theme statement for the story, and then in the second box, back it up by showing what the characters do and say to illustrate the theme you have chosen. So, what theme does the story convey? So, hint, remember that theme is in statement form. It is not just one word or one word topic or phrase. So, love isn't a theme, but love that can withstand any obstacle is a theme. Just not a theme of our current story, obviously. Cask of Amontillado is not about love, for sure. So if you are stumped, think about a theme statements you could make out of the topics of justice or revenge. Also remember theme statements are general, not mentioning specifics of the story, including character names. So make sure that you're not just using one word, you're using more than one word there, okay? And then the second part of that is what do the characters do and or say to help illustrate that theme? In your answer, you should obviously include textual evidence and citations, right? So go through and look and think of what you think the overall theme of the story is and what you are getting from that story. So hopefully all of that makes sense. I know that we have had quite a bit, you've quite a bit of information here. Um, but what we want to make sure that we do is go through and answer each of these questions to the best of your ability. And hopefully you will be able to not have any issues or problems with this assignment. I think that you will all do fantastic on it. And if you have any questions, you can email me and let me know, okay? So what I would recommend with this assignment, however, is possibly not necessarily there is going to be a connotation and denotation quiz. I would maybe watch the video first before completing this assignment, but don't take the quiz until after you've completed this assignment. The quiz isn't going to be due until Friday, where the actual connotation and denotation video you're able to watch. And I would maybe watch that before completing this assignment because I think it's going to help you out. So hopefully that all makes sense. So if you have any questions, please let me know.